Hello everyone, my name is Hannah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my last video, I talked about the 5 most common reasons people give themselves to stay in a bad marriage. So how do we recognize a bad marriage? Surely there are signs. So I did a little digging and reached out to people and asked one question. Give me the number 1 reason why you want to leave your partner. And much to my surprise, the number 1 reason is not physical abuse or cheating. The number 1 reason is gaslighting. Gaslighting is a psychological form of manipulation where abuser manipulates their partner, the victim, into thinking they are the problem in whatever the situation may be. Number 2, they have a controlling behavior. Some of you know what that looks like. It can be anything from what are you going to wear, where are you going, where you cannot go, what you can do, what you cannot do, what you must not do, what they don't want you to do. Number 3 is bad communication or lack of communication. In my case, it was both. First came the bad communication, then came that phase of no communication. No communication phase is really when you know the relationship is over and it's dead. You have nothing left to say to each other, because even with a bad communication, at least you're trying. You're talking to each other, whether the other person is understanding or not. It goes both ways. But with no communication, it's more like you've given up. You don't have anything left to say to each other, or you don't think the other person is worth your time or worth explaining to, because you already know they will not understand. So that's a telltale sign. Number 4, frequent lying. It has me smiling because there was so much of it that there came a point where I stopped confronting him about it. I felt this is gonna keep happening. I can't waste my time asking questions that I already know the answers to, and I already know that the answer I'm going to get are not the honest answers. It's also a sign of disrespect. It's not about you lying about something small or big, or you have a good reason to lie. The point is, you're lying. You're lying to your partner. You're lying to the person who trusts you probably the most, or who you should trust the most. And if you feel like you're in a situation where you can't come clean or you cannot be honest, there is something wrong right there. Number 5, narcissistic behavior, where one is continuously degrading their partner. They undervalue them. They don't respect them. Number 6, physical abuse. Now please do not make excuses for your partner and say it only happened once. He said sorry, she said sorry, it's not going to happen again. Do you want to be around to find out if it's gonna happen again? Number 7, substance abuse. That's not a person for me. That's an absolute no for me. I would never ever want to be around that person. I would not want my child to be around that person who's using. So I'm not going to get into depth of it. It's an absolute no. Number 8, jealousy. Now I know it's a little tricky one, and some of you probably think it's a sign of love. That's how they show that they love that person. There's this obsessive love. However, my opinion on the subject differs. Number 9, to put it simply, all take, no give. It's pretty self-explanatory. If they're taking your time, your attention, your affection, your love, your money, anything and everything that you do for this person. They feel entitled to take it, but they do not give it back, even though you deserve it. And you do deserve it. If you're giving it, then you deserve it back too. It's unhealthy, and it's a sign. Number 10, you feel drained. You feel tired and out of energy all the time. There is something wearing you down, and it's a good possibility that it's your relationship. You would know if things are not going well, if this is something that you're constantly thinking about. It's not only going to affect your mental health, but it's quite literally going to affect your physical health. Unfortunately, this is one of those signs that a lot of people tend to just ignore, and they don't relate it to their relationship problems, but it very much is. Now, these are the 10 signs that help you recognize a bad marriage. If you check any of those boxes, especially if you check more than one of those boxes, I would recommend seeking help, talking to someone, a friend, a family member, maybe a partner. Maybe both of you decide to go for therapy. That could be helpful. Now, these are the boxes that I would have checked off at the time. Now, before I end this video, I do want to say my goal here is for you to recognize these signs and seek proper help. My goal here is not for you to end your relationship. By all means, use this tool to improve your relationship if that's possible. My goal here is your happiness. I want you to achieve that as I have achieved mine. Also, my goal here is for you to like my video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below. Until we meet again. Ciao.